All right, on today's show, I welcome on a very, very special guest. He is the head coach of Springfield Commonwealth Academy boys basketball team. I welcome on Coach Antonio Anderson. Coach, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. Thanks for having me. How's everything?
It's going well, Coach. I can't complain on my end. Coach, very exciting news. We're gonna jump right into this because you recently just accepted a job at Springfield Commonwealth Academy. What is the decision to come to Springfield Commonwealth Academy, and what's that feeling like?
Oh man, it's feel good. With the administration over there, with Darren and Andre and those guys, it's a long process. Like a 2-month process. But when they gave me the call and offered me the position, I was very grateful. Growing up in New England and playing in New England prep school basketball myself, I know how important that is. But leaving my hometown was tough. Been coaching there for 4 years, been super tough, helping build the program up, man, and helping change some kids' lives. So that was a hard part for me. But at the end of the day, in the coaching world or playing or whatever it is you do in life, you want to try to better yourself in your career, and it was just an opportunity I couldn't turn away.
That's awesome. Well, yeah, it's very exciting, and we'll talk about what you did at Lynn English High School because you did an amazing thing there and completely changed the program there. But when you take over a program like Springfield Commonwealth, what's the first thing you're looking to do and create a culture there?
See what they have there. See what's coming back, and then hit the ground running, man. In the prep school world, man, it's about connections. It's about knowing people. I've been fortunate enough to know a ton of people in New England area and Memphis and New York, New Jersey, DC, and been able to reach out to those people and see what's out there, man, and trying to put the pieces together to start the build of a program. This year coming up, we're gonna try to get a great group of guys in there, man, who are just willing to compete. Got some kids who already got a bunch of scholarship offers and looks, so we're gonna mix those guys in with some other guys, and that can probably help some other guys get some looks, and hopefully everybody's successful at the end of the day.
Yeah, I love it. It's awesome. It's very exciting for you, and an exciting time for Springfield Commonwealth because they definitely got their guy. It's definitely great to see what you're going to do over there and build that program and the culture there. And also, what's it like? You got a few of our fellow Rhode Islanders playing for you. Like, what's that? What's those like getting those Rhode Island guys come to you? Stanley Ure and Kyle Morales and Justin Perez.
Oh man, Perez is my guy. Kick and play, man. I knew Nick for a while, and Ray. I knew Ray for a while as well, man. So when I got the job, I called some of the AU guys who I know, and Nick's like, come watch us practice, man, and fell in love with Justin. The kid just plays so hard. He does whatever it takes to win, man. Can make shots. Comes from a winning program at Hendricken, so he knows how to win. He knows how to play hard. He's been very well coached. So getting guys like that are huge. Those are program changers, bringing that winning mentality is second to none for me, because when you have guys like that who just want to win and do what it takes to win, it's hard to lose.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Justin's a great basketball player, came from a great program. Same thing with Stanley and Colin. They're both great players that came from great programs as well too. So you're extremely lucky to be coaching those all three of those young men, coach.
Yeah, that's the goal, man. Just try to get some amazing kids, man. Getting to know these kids as time been going on. It's been fun, texting them and talking to them, trying to talk to their parents as well, just trying to get to know everybody. It's different, man. But at the same time, it's been a great process. Getting to know the parents, getting to know the kids, watching a ton of their AU games and going on YouTube and finding some high school games, just seeing how they play, just learning more about them. Just part of coaching, especially on this level. So, building that trust with them is the biggest thing for me, and I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Do you guys know when your first game is for Springfield?
No. We still have to, do the scheduling and things of that nature. I move up there in 2 weeks, June 1st. So, once I'm there, man, we'll sit down and crack down the schedule, reach out to some coaches and try to schedule a few games, and for try to make it happen, man.
That's awesome. What's the first thing you're gonna do when you get to Springfield? Are you gonna go to the Hall of Fame?
Man, I've been there plenty of times, man. My college coach is in there, so it's always good to go sit by there, send him a picture, and let him know I'm checking on him.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love it. I love it. That's great. Yeah, that's awesome.
I just got to find some good food places out there, man. We got some really good food in Lynn, so hopefully Springfield can live up to that.
If I have any suggestions, or if I get anyone who has any suggestions, definitely send us like comments or anything like that, because I'm always interested too. Because I love food, so like if we can find good food places, let Coach know.
Yeah, oh man, Coach Cal is awesome, man. You know, anytime you play for a Hall of Fame type coach, it's out of this world. You know, he teaches you so much, not just as a player, but as a person. Teaches you about family and building our family atmosphere as a player, and me as a coach. That's the same thing I try to bring to my team. So, you learn so much for those guys, man. You get always able to pick up the phone and call him or an assistant coach till this day, and they'll pick up and or they text you and just pick their brain and things of that nature. So when I got this job, he was super happy for me. He was one of my references, so he spoke to the school on my behalf as well. So when you have people like that on, like, having your back, it helps.
Yeah, I can't like Coach Cal. That's gonna be an amazing reference to have on your resume for someone to call. Is having Coach Cal as number put on there for a reference. That's awesome. And he seems like a great guy. When you coached at Lynn English High School, what's some of the things that you took from Coach Cal to bring to Lynn and help build that program?
Just that family atmosphere, that accountability, holding guys accountable. When you're dealing with kids in the inner city, it's not easy. Everybody got different agendas, different attitudes, and different mindsets. So, when I got that job, my job was to get these kids to understand and think college, whether it was Division 1, 2, or 3, I want you kids to go to college. That's the ultimate goal. And these kids bought in fast. In 4 years, in 3 years, minus this year, we won 2 Division 1 state championships. 16 to 17 kids go off to college. Few of them get scholarships and things of that nature. So we turned it around in such a fast time. But Lynn has so much talent. It was just a matter of fact of a coaching staff, not just myself. I had a great staff with me. We put together some rules and some standards that they had to live by, and they were able to follow those things, man. And they shot themselves off to a hell of a high school career.
Yeah, that's awesome. You did a great job with that program. You won their first state championship since 1939, and then to go back to back is just awesome to have two state championships. First of all, did you get a ring? Did you guys get ring or jackets? What'd you go with?
Oh man, the first year we got rings and jackets.
Yeah.
And then the second one we just got rings. We got 2 really, really nice rings. Our AD and the administration made things happen. And alumni made donations. So we got some really nice Letterman jackets and some nice rings for both years.
That's awesome. That's amazing. And then, what's like, and you kind of touched upon this. What's the most like important thing when you come to that program, you see about, 16, 17 year players going off to college? How important is that to you to see them go on to a higher education and, probably play basketball to the next level?
It means a lot. I talk to those guys all the time, just shoot them text, checking on them. And, we all built such a great relation with those kids that they know right or wrong, we got their back. We're always there to support them. A lot of them who all play, college ball, D2, D3 ball, and their coaches still text me, they're missing class. They know like I put a little bit of hair in them still, a little bit. So their coaches, do a great job of communicating. They play for some awesome college coaches, man. So very fortunate enough to be able to have those friendships, relationships with these coaches, that my guys are playing at. So it's been awesome. But my guys, for the most part, all doing very well academically. That's the most important thing. And on a basketball court, their game speaking volumes.
That's amazing. That's awesome. And also too, what's it like to leave? It's fine. What's it like to leave a legacy there at Lynn High School as a coach and as well as a player?
Oh man, it feels good, man. That's my hometown. I love that place dearly. That place means the world to me. So for being able to have a huge impact on my city as a player and have people look up to me in that aspect, and then as a coach as well, giving back and doing what I can to help these kids now go further in life is awesome. So that, I thought it was going to be tough leaving, which it was, but the support that I got from everybody in the community, from the principal and the athletic director, VPs, superintendent, everybody was amazing. So, just makes you kind of pat yourself on the back a little bit, and that's something I've never done, but, want to pat yourself on the back just to know people appreciate the work that you put in with the kids to help them do well.
Yeah, it's amazing. I read nothing but great words about you in the article when I saw that you had committed the Springfield Commonwealth, but it seems like the athletic director and the assistant coaches had nothing but great things to say about you, coach, and what you did over there at Lynn.
Oh yeah, man. Put in a lot of work. As being around basketball, man. In the public school, you make a stipend for 5 months in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
In Lynn, $5,000, right? So
Yeah.
you don't make a lot of money, but you just invest so much time making sure you build relationships with the guidance counselors, the administration, keeping these kids on track all year round academically, things of that nature, man. So it just helping kids get, YMCA memberships, parents can't afford them and things like that. So, like, it's not, everyone knows it's not about the money. You spend more money than you make helping these kids and, buying uniforms or getting them team shoes or book bags just so they feel a part of something. And I think that's what my coaches, man, they were a great help. Everything I did, we did together. I run about them. If we all make that approval. My AD was amazing. He was always, anything we needed for summer leagues or fall leagues, he would contribute, make sure we had it. Anything to keep these kids out of the streets and, focused on school and basketball. So I think that's where they get those words from, but I'm very appreciative of the kind words they said for sure.
Yeah, I mean, coach, you just sound like an amazing person about how much you care about the kids. And like I had mentioned before we started this interview, and I might have mentioned in this interview that Springfield Commonwealth is extremely lucky to have, them as you coaching their team, because this is sound like an amazing person of what you're doing, and the kids are extremely lucky to have you as a coach because you care. You obviously it's care. And you're just a great person.
Oh man, trying, man. I appreciate it, man. I think, going into this, man, like I said, I was in the prep school game, man. I played at 2 different schools. I played at Maine Central, which is in the NEPSAC, or they used to be in NEPSAC. They're a high school now, and then Laurinburg Prep, and we were the #1 team in the country, and 17 guys were in Division I. So you had the best of, you played the best of both worlds, but at the same time you learn the relationships that you have with these coaches. I still talk to my coach from Laurinburg Prep to this day. He's the head coach at Scotland Campus, who will play this year a few times. And, you have those connections still, and guys that coach you now, like I got to coach against them. Jason Smith at Brewster, who I knew since I was 16, 17 years old in high school, when I took a visit to his school. The coach at Bridgeton, who's still there, Coach Witt, who I took a visit to his school. So, it's going to be weird. But at the same time, I got so much respect for those guys, and the way that, Coach Smith built up his programs, one of the best in the country. Coach Wood as well. So I'm looking forward to the challenge, man. Just to learn from these other coaches in the league, because they're all super helpful. And I'm just super excited, man, to get going.
Yeah, no, it's very exciting. I'm very pumped up for you. And just hearing you talk makes me want to play for you. I think I might have some eligibility. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But but it's just awesome to make you sound like I could run through a wall for you, coach. So the players are lucky to have you. But I want to ask too. I want to talk about your playing career and what was your recruiting process like, and how did you end up going to Memphis? What did Coach Cal say to you? What was the attraction to go play for Coach Cal?
Man, it was my recruitment was wild, man. Honestly, man, I played for New England Players, Metro Boston as well, and Rhode Island Hawks for some tournaments as well. And we, I hit the ground running kind of late. My recruitment came late, like going into my senior year. Had a good amount of schools. A lot of the schools on the East Coast, UConn, Providence, BC, a bunch of offers from those schools, Big East. Some ACCs, a lot of the Big Tens, and then, I actually committed to Michigan State first, decommitted probably about a month after. And that's when Memphis kind of came in, like guns blazing, man. Coach Barbee, who's now the head coach at Central Michigan. I knew him since I was a kid because he recruited my brother to UMass, my older brother. So my family was very familiar with him. And so when he called, my mom listened. And, just started to get to know him now as an 18-year-old kid, get to know Coach Kellogg, who's also the head coach at LIU Brooklyn, and Coach Cal. So I'm getting to know these guys. And, man, I took my visit, and I loved it. Then they came on an in-home visit, man, and, they sealed the deal, man. Just was honest with us, didn't promise anything, just said everything's going to be earned here. But we play freshmen. That's all I need to hear. And man, it was like, probably about 2 or 3 weeks later, I really wanted to take my time making sure I made the right decision. So, I called Coach Kyle and told him I was committing, and the rest was history, man. I had a blast.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Like you set some records too. Your most minutes played ever, right? For in Memphis history. And then you've also you scored over 1,000 points in Memphis history, right, too, as well?
Yeah, definitely, man. So I had a great career, man. Was fortunate, like I said, man, had over 1,000 points, 500 rebounds, over 500 assists. The only one in the school to do that, which is a good thing, right?
Yeah.
Most minutes, and won a lot of games, man. So that was the biggest part for me. I love to win, man. And playing 150 games, winning 137 of them is a great percentage. I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but it's definitely a very high winning percentage.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah. But you also played in the national championship game too, and you played with D Rose. I mean, what was it like to play, just to play in an NCAA tournament and to make it to the finals, and to play with a guy like Derrick Rose as well too? I mean, and other guys like that in your team, Chris Douglas Roberts and Dozier. What was it like to play with those guys too?
Oh, it was a dream come true, man. As a kid, you watched it Final Four. You always want to play that game. You see the one shining moment, those type of things. So to actually live it was wild, man. So for my parents and my siblings and my cousins and my uncles to be there was super special, man. Playing with Derrick was awesome. He's one of the best players, youngest MVP ever in NBA history. And, he was special talent, but also a great person, great teammate. Was a great leader. Same with Tyreke Evans, same with Chris Douglas Roberts, Robert Dozier, Joey Dorsey. The list goes on. Andre Allen, Willie Kemp, those guys, man. You become brothers with. These are guys you with every day, all day, literally. And you just build a bond, man. And we all clicked so well. We trusted one another on and off the floor, and it made the game so much easier for us. We held each other accountable, man. We pushed one another, and covering a D Rose or Chris Douglas Roberts in practice made it a lot easier covering someone else on the opposite team. I can tell you that for sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say it must have been made a lot easier, right? You have to cover those guys.
Definitely a little easier for sure.
That's amazing. Do you have a favorite game or a favorite Coach Cal story that you could share?
Oh man, I'd probably say my freshman year, man, was like my lesson that I learned quick not to get him mad. And I think we were at home and we were playing Purdue. And I'm sorry, Louisiana Tech. I'm sorry, yeah, Louisiana Tech, Paul Millsap. We were playing them at home, and it was a good game. And in the assignments, pregame, he tells you how to, if you switch on Paul Millsap, I want you to front him, me being a freshman, me thinking I could do it all. I got caught behind him, man, and he buried me and he scored, called a timeout going off on me, called me every name in the book, every name you can imagine. And, I just kind of was like, whatever, coach.
Yeah.
And he's like, what you say? And I'm like, he's like, did you not pay attention? I'm like, I heard you. He's like, don't worry, you'll never go back in the game. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, he's gonna put me back. Did not go back in the game.
Really?
And this was probably like 6 or 7 minutes into the game. I was sick to my stomach. I made sure every time after that, I looked at the scouting report, walking out of the locker room, going onto the court.
That's amazing. Yeah, it's a life lesson learned right there, right off the bat, right?
Yeah, but you want to win, man. So you got to pay attention to detail. And I learned my lesson fast, man.
I love it. That's great that you learned your lesson fast, and obviously it paid off. I mean, you ended up playing. You had a pretty you played professional ball like in the G League, and you actually had like a 10-day contract with the Thunder, and you played overseas. What was your professional career like?
It was awesome, man. It was a whirlwind, but at the same time, great experiences. Playing in the D League, winning a championship in the D League my first year. Getting a couple call ups, building relationships with those guys on the Thunder. Russ and James and Kevin and Eric Maynor and Serge Ibaka, guys who you still speak to this day and have friendships with. And then you go overseas and you play with some great guys, Isaiah Swan from Florida State and John Bryant from Santa Clara. You play with some great guys. Dane Bradshaw, my guy from Creighton. So you meet so many great people that thinking overseas is different, but man, those guys are so talented over there, man. So I loved it. Man. Then when the injuries hit, I just dealt with it and it's, took a year off and then got into coaching. But as far as playing, man, wherever I went, I was winning, man. My team won. That's how I really, so that was the good part.
Yeah, that's a great part. What's it like to see like what Russell Westbrook's doing today and like breaking those records, having played with him?
You don't even think twice because that's who he is. He's how hard he plays. We played against him in college as well in the Final Four. Russ just plays hard, man. He's gonna give it his all every time out. There's no backing down from that dude, man. He's one of the hardest working dudes in the league, as you can see, man. Everybody can see for themselves, and his game just shows, man. He's doing this. He's not slowing down. That's for sure.
No, definitely not. He's a beast. It's crazy what he's doing right now.
Crazy.
It's absolutely crazy.
Oh, it's crazy.
Oh,
crazy.
go ahead. Yeah. What was it like playing overseas too? Did you what was the best part about playing overseas? I mean, you get to travel a lot, right? Too, and like explore different parts of Europe.
You get to travel. The food is amazing. You get to try different foods, man. Learn, just be around different cultures and learn, just kind of see different things, man, and kind of take it all in for what it is. And just understanding it's more of a grind over there, man. You practice 4 or 5 days a week for one game on a weekend or maybe 2. So it's a grind, but at the end of the day, man, when you play basketball and you love doing what you do, it's all worth it.
What was the best place you had food?
The best place I ever were?
Where was the best place that had food, and like what country had the best food?
Oh man, I would probably say the Middle East, man. Oh, their food is so good.
Really?
So, oh my God, Middle Eastern food is so good.
I love it. Coach, we meant to just hang out and do some foodie stuff together because you seem like you're a big food person.
So good.
So
that's why I'm hoping Springfield got some good spots, man.
Yeah. Someone's got to give a suggestion. We'll reach out and ask for some suggestions for some people as well, too. The listeners maybe can give us some suggestions for good places to eat.
They're all gonna say Red Rose. That's the Springfield spot.
Red Rose? What's that spot?
Yeah, it's all right. I had it. It's pizza place, like sub shop, pasta. It's okay.
Wow. It's okay. All right. Yeah. Well, we just something better. It has to be something better. We'll find out. Too. Also, Coach, you mentioned you had a couple injuries, and and I saw a little brief documentary, like a trailer of the documentary you're putting together. You have a rare disease called uveitis, right? Or uveitis in your eye? Is that what it is?
Yeah, uveitis. So it's inflammation disease that usually when the seasons change, it flares up for probably like a day or two.
Yep.
So it causes your eyes to burn a little, like little fog in your eyes a little bit.
Yeah.
But they give you some steroid eye drops or something like that, and it'll go away. But you just got to be aggressive with the drops, like every hour for like 2 days, and it goes away. But it's something that you got to deal with forever. So I just been accustomed to it, man. Just keep it going.
Yeah, definitely. And then you also had a eardrum issue as well too, that like eardrum burst or something.
Yeah, eardrum, man. My eardrum ruptured as well. So an incident, like fireworks and things of that nature. So Was able to, overcome that as well. Was fortunate, man. Like we said earlier, man, it's like a human Mr. Potato Head from the neck up, man. But I love it. I wouldn't change it, man. I wouldn't change it to go back to play ball because, been able to impact so many lives, man. So it's been a blessing for sure.
I love that. It's so positive. Yeah. And you said that made you go into coaching and, changed from playing to coaching. And what was your first coaching career? Like, what was your first coaching job?
I was on LinkedIn, man, and I was on LinkedIn. I took a year off from after I was done playing. I had like surgery, so it's been about a year and a half. So I did anything with basketball. I already had like camps and clinics going on in my hometown. So I was on LinkedIn, man, and I reached out to. I seen an opening for an assistant coaching position at Wheelock College. The head coach Matt Levangie, and I reached out to him. We met. We probably talked for like 4 hours just talking basketball. He hired me, man. And, I think, he's seen how hard I was working, how like I loved. He taught me about like running a practice and how to game plan and practice plan and things I'd never done before. I just knew how to play and teach the game in a different, I didn't know, you had to incorporate so much. That year ended, man. And Coach Harvey from Salem State had reached out to me. He's like, "Oh man, I heard you were in coaching. I know your local guy would love to have you, And I went there with him. We did pretty well, man. We had a great year, and that year is about to get over. Coach Chapel in our Franklin Pierce Division II has like someone I know reach out to me, and just seeing my interest, like being able to recruit scholarship level kids was like, I'm like, oh yeah, most definitely. Man, so I was crazy. I was there for a year. And during that year, the head coach at Lynn English was going through cancer. God rest his soul, he passed away during the year. And the job was open. Everyone knew the job was opening up. A bunch of people, are you going for it? Are you going for it? Are you going for it? I'm like, I don't know. I'm in coaching D2. Like it only can go up from here,
Yeah.
And, some people just, my mom, and she just talked to me about like, the impact I can have. I was coaching my hometown and things of that nature, man. So I put my name in a hat and I got it. And, we went off. Well, the kids went off, man. I just went off on the sideline yelling at them.
I love it. I love it. Coach, also like when you like have all those coaching experiences and then you eventually take over your own program, as well as you're from playing too, and things that you learn from Coach Cal, and then from coaching, you learn from other things from other coaches. How do you create your own coaching philosophy from those guys?
Just be yourself. You learn so much from so many coaches and players that you've been around, but you do it in your own style. You know what I mean? You find your own niche and you go with it, and you're able to create that culture, create that bubble of success within you and your program, and just stick to your guns, man. You just stick to what you know. Also, be willing to learn, be able to take advice from your assistant coaches, take advice from other coaches, watch a bunch of college NBA basketball, watch film, study different coaches' styles. Everybody got their own style. So, it takes hours and hours of learning, but at the same time, if you love it, you do it. And I love it. So I'm always trying to learn, watching certain defenses or watching certain press breakers or certain quick hitters or certain motion offenses or things of that nature, man. So anything I can do to better myself, to help my team get better, I'm all about it.
That's great. That's amazing. You just sound like even though you're a coach, you're still a student of the game in some sort of way.
Oh yeah, man. I love the game, man. Basketball, it's gonna be with me forever, man. Just in a great place, man, mentally, that I can sit there and, give back and help these kids now, who are looking to get to the next level, and kind of give them some expectation on what it takes to earn minutes or what it takes to earn a coach's trust and things of that nature, and what to try to avoid when they get to campus. And so, man, it's awesome to be able to be in this situation and be able to help these guys, man. So I can't wait, man. I cannot wait. It's gonna be fun.
That's awesome. That's so exciting. And those kids are extremely lucky to learn from, someone who's been on the D1 level, has been through it and totally understands what to do and what the right things to do. So they're extremely lucky to have you as a coach.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it, man. Now you're coaching kids who can play at that level, like on every position.
Yeah, yeah,
So you could do a lot more. You could do a lot more offensively, defensively. Man, it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna be learning just like them. But we're gonna do it together. We're gonna win together. We're gonna lose together. We're gonna take our fall. But we're gonna get up. And as long as we're doing it as one, the outcome will be great.
it's that family aspect that you were talking about earlier, right? It's that having that
Oh,
family
most
aspect.
definitely,
I love
most
it.
definitely,
That's
always.
That's the best way to do it. I love it. That's the best way to do it. I think that's amazing. I think it's going to be a heck of a scene. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully, you can catch me at some games. But I'm excited for you, Coach. Springfield's very lucky to have you.
Oh man, I love that, man. That'll mean a lot. We gotta do something for sure.
Yeah, I'll send you a shirt. I got some shirts. I'll send you a shirt. You got to give me your size. I'll send you a shirt.
Oh yeah, I'm XL. Big stomach over here, man.
It's all right. Yeah, I got him. So don't worry. Coach, I just have like a couple more questions that are just outside of basketball, just for the listeners get to know you just outside of basketball as well too. So I know we talked about food. What is your favorite food?
Oh man, I love seafood, man. Uh, today for lunch today, one of my homeboys, clams and mussels, man, and scallops. So love seafood, man. If not seafood, I'd probably say Spanish food as well is really good, or Chinese. Those three.
Those are great choices, all right there. All some of my favorites as well too. What's the best place to eat in Lynn?
I'm sorry.
What's the best place to eat in Lynn? Where to go? Where is the best place to get food in Lynn?
Oh, the best food place in Lynn?
Yeah, in your
Seafood.
opinion.
In my opinion, Chinese food, man. Got to go to green tea.
Yep.
Spanish food, you got to go to Typico. Uh, Seafood is hard because everybody has really good places. But if you want to go to like a restaurant outside, you got to go with probably, I like the Marina. That's the place I like. Or Charlie Seafood is a local place where it's really good.
Awesome. Awesome. We'll have to try those places out if I'm ever in Lynn and visiting up there. Um, what about what's your favorite basketball team?
University of Memphis, man.
What do you think about Penny Hardaway coaching over there?
Love it, love it, love it, man. Penny's making strides. So program's starting to turn the corner. We'll be scary next year. We'll be in an NCAA tournament next year. That's for sure.
Oh, that's exciting. Yes, definitely, for sure. Yeah, Penny's doing a great job with them, getting some great recruits over there for them as well.
Oh yeah, most definitely. He's doing his thing.
That's awesome. What's your favorite music?
Listen to everything, man. Rap, R&B, laid back, man. So, Jay-Z,
Yeah.
stuff like that. The new stuff, I leave it up to the young boys, man. They got all of that.
I've learned so much from this podcast of who to listen to because all the kids have given me I've mentioned rappers I never heard of before.
Yeah, I'm Jay-Z, man. Yo Gotti,
Yeah,
those are my guys. Yo Gotti, I grew up when I got to Memphis. I fell in love with his music, man. So those are some of the people I like to listen to for sure.
That's awesome. And then my last question, Coach, is what is your favorite thing to do outside of basketball?
Oh, I just like to relax, man. I'm a homebody, man. I love watching movies, love watching TV shows. Just kicking it. Just try to stay out of trouble, stay out of the way. But I don't do much, man. I'm home. If I'm not watching TV show or hanging with the kids, hanging with my kids, I'm pretty much watching basketball.
Wow.
NBA TV, vintage games, Magic Johnson, and the Lakers, and things like that. So, or I'll go on YouTube and Google old college games, or when Juan Dixon played, or Allen Iverson played, or Ray Allen played it. Just learn. That's what I do. I'm a basketball nerd, man.
I love it. A junkie, yes. That's the best place. That's awesome that you do that. And it sounds like it's just basketball all the time besides sometimes watching a movie or hanging out with your kids.
Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate you having me, man.
Hey, anytime, Coach. You're always welcome to come back on the show. I'm happy to have you, and you definitely can catch me at some games this year for sure.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
No problem.